Hi, I'm Patrick Molzahn with Madison College. Today I'm going to show you how to construct this side table using several simple methods. The table features beautiful tapered legs, an under bevel at the top, and a 5-piece drawer. In this video, we will look at the joinery details and machining processes for these elements.
Let's start with the top. After the center panel is cut to size, it needs to be rimmed with solid stock. This material gets mitered and attached with biscuits. Because veneer is very thin and easy to sand through, I use what I call the paper trick to help ensure the solid stock is positioned slightly proud of the panel's surface. Fold a piece of paper in half and place the paper on the surface of the panel between the biscuit joiner's fence and the panel. After marking and making the slots in the panel, machine the corresponding slots in the solid stock, except this time do not use the paper. When the joint is assembled, the solid wood will be slightly above the panel and can be sanded flush without sanding through the veneer. After the glue has set up on the panel assembly, the under bevel needs to be cut on the table saw. To accomplish this safely, a vertical jig is attached to the saw's fence to support the workpiece in the upright position as it passes through the saw blade. A magnetic cantilever guard is used to shield the operator from the blade. The legs are tapered on the inside faces. To avoid machining the wrong surface, carefully assemble and mark the legs. I use the triangle method. Stand the legs on end in the orientation they would be in the completed assembly. Mark the top end with a triangle. This allows you to quickly locate and arrange each leg in the correct position. The taper will be cut using a jig on the table saw. To ensure the correct faces are sawn, mark them with either tape or a crayon. Clamp the leg in the jig and saw the taper. Rotate the leg in the jig, reclamp, and saw the second face. Sand the faces after they are sawn to remove the saw marks. Table legs are traditionally connected to the aprons with mortise and tenon joinery. This produces a strong joint but requires specialized machinery and takes more time. To simplify this task and reduce the time required, you will use biscuit joinery, complemented with pocket screws to help with clamping. To achieve the offset from the leg to the apron, use a spacer on the apron pieces when cutting the biscuits. To help speed assembly, pocket screw holes are drilled to secure the assemblies in place until the glue cures on the biscuit joints. Before assembling the aprons, you will need to drill the holes for the stretchers. They are attached with dowels. A custom doweling jig was fabricated just for this purpose. Clamp the stretchers in the jig to drill into the end grain. A piece of masking tape can be used as a depth stop. The legs are drilled using the same jig. Clamp the jig to the inner face of the leg and drill the holes to the proper depth. When clamping, it is critical that you check that the assembly is square. The drawer sides are joined to the front and back using a lapped dovetail. This is done using a router table. The sides are run in the vertical position using a stop block to support the stock and prevent tear-up. The front and back are run using the same setup, only the stock is run horizontally. The fence does not move. Use the correct support block to help hold the workpiece and back up the cut. With the joinery complete, you can now finish assembling the table. By clamping the parts as sub-assemblies, you can simplify the glue-up. Take your time to ensure that everything is square when gluing. With the base complete, the last tasks are to fit the drawer and attach the top. Clamping the kickers and runners in place can help with positioning these parts to achieve the proper reveal at the front of the drawer. The last stop is to attach the top and add the drawer pull.
I hope these tips help you building your table. Leg and rail assemblies can be challenging. Remember to think your processes through and carefully mark your parts to avoid mistakes.